Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
Welcome again to Street Talk. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki. And on Street Talk, we deal with political, social, and economics here in Michigan, the U.S., and abroad. Now, joining me tonight,
Dennis Burnside.
Paget Maynard.
all right, man, we got a lot to talk about. We was talking about how this clown is trying to cut off all these different programs. And one of the things is that he said, he's almost said, he wants to do away with anything that blacks had anything to do with.
Oh, I didn't hear that. But education is a big one going right now that they're pushing to close out. And it's not a surprise to me, because if you want to control people sufficiently, you're going to have to make sure that they are totally dependent on you in every sense. If they are dumb, uneducated, you can lead them around the world because they don't know any better. And that is one the factors going to come out. Schools are going to be worse off. I mean, right now they're not as great as they should be. But close down the department. What's going to happen to all these people with special needs? What's going to happen to all these teachers who are there? The thousands and thousands of people generally, civil servants who are being fired. How are you going to get things done?
Well, like you said, when he's trying to be like Putin and China and all these other places where these dictators are, that's what you have to do, because he said he loves these people that's uneducated. You know, he said that before they voted. You know, he loves the uneducated people.
Really? I missed that.
Yeah, he said that during his first term. He said he loved the poorly educated.
Yeah.
And that's his base.
Yes.
You look at the people who love Trump.
Yes.
They don't know their history. They don't know how the government functions. Their civic knowledge is pathetic. They are more fans than they are constituents. If you ask them what any particular initiative by Trump does to benefit their lives,
They don't know.
most of the time they don't know, but they do know what they do want, and they want to see other people hurt. Issue is now it's starting to hurt them. Now, your first point that you were making about he wants to erase any mention of blacks, he wants to erase any mention of anyone who's not a white male. They had removed from the Pentagon any mention of the word gay. So the Enola Gay, which was the bomber used in World War II to drop bombs on Hiroshima, the first atomic bombing in the history of the world, the second one was on Nagasaki a few days later, was scrubbed from the website because it had the word gay. Then we've seen explicit efforts to remove any mention of anyone of African descent or Hispanic descent who had anything to do that was significant. Jackie Robinson
I was thinking of
was
him there.
removed. His name and likeness is removed from the national website.
I think they had it replaced.
Yeah, they put it back, but you know the point is, for every Jackie Robinson, you had
How many got by and they didn't know?
10 Clint Johnsons or some other deserving person who was removed simply because they were the wrong race.
Yes.
And then you have the same thing being done with women. Same thing being done with any minority party, minority in the United States, of course, majority worldwide. But it's an unabashed racist I guess the only other word that you can use is authoritarian type of oligarchic movement that is looking to benefit those with the money,
Yeah.
and everyone else be damned. That's
Yeah.
what we're looking at.
Yeah, and he hasn't been in 3 months yet, has he?
No,
You know?
no.
And all of these
Yeah,
things. and-
just about 3 months.
No, it's
So-
just about 2 months.
so he's got.
Wait, no, he went in January.
January
Yeah,
20th, right?
January, yeah, 2 months.
Yeah.
So he's got 3 years and something to
Listen,
to think about what all he wants to do.
No, he doesn't have to think about it. It's already planned.
let me tell
You
you
read
something.
Project 2025, right? There's not a thing they're doing that is
It's
not
straight out of
already
that.
written
Yeah.
in Project
Yes.
2020. They ain't thinking
And
about
all
that.
these
And he doesn't
presidential
think anyway.
orders.
He's sitting on the golf course, BSing and raking. The only thing he thinks about is ways to con his constituents, selling some kind of
once he can get something
Bitcoin,
off of
yeah,
you.
some kind of cryptocurrency that he can make some money off of. Some way he can scam his dupes. That's what he spends his time doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, the amazing thing, he keeps writing, well, he's not writing them, he's just signing them, these orders. This woman, Vince McMahon's wife, I don't know what qualifies her to be the Secretary of Education.
She has none. That's why she's perfect.
Exactly. And you look at all the other people that he has in place. Basically, you're very wealthy or you're just a yes man. Where are we going? You talk about making America great again. Great like what?
Well,
What kind of great?
great like it was back in the 1920s.
No, man. It wouldn't even be that good.
You know.
It will not be that good if he is allowed to continue.
Well, he's going to continue.
But you know the idea that the country was once great and exemplary, and now it's in some type of nadir, speaks to nostalgia, and it speaks to his voters when they had a time when they could turn on the TV and not see interracial
Right.
interracial couples in commercials.
Yeah.
They wouldn't see pharmaceutical ads that are marketed to people who are trans or gay or bi because they're talking about some type of drug that ameliorates HIV. They don't want to see that. They don't want to go to a game and see predominantly black athletes at their favorite institutions. I'm telling you, if there's a way that Alabama and Mississippi and Texas, going down the line, especially the southern schools,
Tennessee.
could compete and win without the
blacks.
black athlete, they would
They would do it.
they would institute it today.
Well, but you
So
know,
the whole idea of what they're talking about when they say "Make America Great Again," they're saying "Make America predominantly dominated by white men again," and we'll supply the nostalgia that tells people it was somehow greater than. And I've even heard black people say, "Well, I just want to get the country back to what it was." And I'll ask them,
And what it
"So
was."
what exactly do you want?
Yeah.
Do you want to be able to go to a restaurant after you pull off the interstate and have them tell you legally that they don't serve your kind? Is that what you? Because that's what it's coming to.
oh yeah. Yeah.
You want to come off the road and you're tired and you want to check into your
You can't
your favorite
stay here.
Hilton and they tell you they don't take your kind.
Yeah.
Because that's
Nope.
what it's coming to.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So if that's what you want, just say that.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me that you want to make the country great again, but you can't give me examples of when it was better,
What was, yes.
then you're selling smoke and mirrors, which is what you would expect from a lifetime con man.
Yeah, yeah, and the thing is that make America great again. It's like, what? I mean, doing what? You know, that's the thing. By
The,
doing
o-
what?
the only time it will be great in his eyes is when he is able to pocket as much money as he could
Yeah,
manage to pick up.
and
No, that's not all.
he,
That's not all. They want look, man. They want an oligarchy.
yeah,
They want racial bifurcations. They want people with melanated skin to have fewer rights and fewer options.
Yeah.
They just do. I'm sorry.
Look at the
They want women in their place,
Yeah.
which means barefoot and pregnant
Yeah.
in the kitchen.
Yeah.
They want them to be second-class citizens like they used to be.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. In our lifetime, certainly in the lifetime of our parents, where women could not have a bank account without their husband's name attached. They couldn't apply for a car loan without a man signing with
Yeah.
them, no matter what their credit rating it was, or
Yep.
no matter what type of assets they had in the bank. They could not get a credit card. They could not get a bank account. They could not get a mortgage. They want to return to that.
Yeah, yeah.
They want to return to the days of a fraternity of white men who decide who and what gets what assets.
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about, making America
Well,
great
yeah.
again.
If that
so you
is
don't have
great-
to ask what they mean by it. That's what they
Yeah,
mean.
yeah, yeah.
If that's what they're looking for,
Well,
let them
Uh,
try. I know you
Well,
were
you know,
saying
they're getting
something.
pushed back now because it's
Yeah.
starting to hit. It's starting
It's
to hit.
hitting
It's,
the
starting to hit the
pockets.
dupes who
Yeah.
voted for them.
Yeah.
You've got farmers in Nebraska and in Iowa, literally crying because they're seeing they can't get their labor force in.
Yeah, this,
Yeah.
people, this person.
Their soybean market and
I
their,
didn't
and
expect he would
and their,
do this.
and their beef markets are being taken away
Yeah.
by other countries
Yes.
who will play ball and are interested in selling the products that they used to sell before Trump got involved
Yeah.
with these tariffs and other
Yeah.
other draconian. You know, first you slap a tariff on, then you deport the workforce, and you look at the impact, and it absolutely crushes the dairy farmers and the beef cattlemen and the soybean farmers and the corn farmers. Absolutely is destroying them, and you have to ask why. I've said this on this show before, and I'll say it once again. If you have to ask why Trump is doing any particular thing he's doing, and you don't consider the fact that it's good for Putin and it's good for Russia,
yeah.
you're missing the point.
yeah, right.
Because he's following orders. He's following instructions.
I would
And for
love to know
him,
what he has on him.
Yeah, he's going to be one of the wealthiest men in the world if he isn't already through graft and corruption, and he'll sell out anybody to do it.
Yeah.
We've
We
got
know
a
that.
situation right now, man. Here's a good example. Columbia University, which should be a bastion of free speech, was told that they're going to have $400 million taken away
Yeah.
from them in educational support. And so what they're doing, they're throwing their students overboard. They're ending these programs that the MAGA crowd doesn't want. And it's ironic, this $400 million that they're focusing on. 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago, I forget the exact number, Trump had a sale that he wanted to complete with Columbia University where his real estate company was going to be paid $400 million. And the Columbia Board of Trustees says, nah, this is not a good idea. We're going to say no. Trump was livid, and he swore up and down he'd get revenge.
Okay.
So if you want to know where this $400 million is coming from vis-a-vis Columbia University, you got a good idea now. That's how petty he
Yeah.
is. And you're seeing this played over and over again. I've got a daughter about to graduate from a prominent university here in the state, and she just got an email today from the National Institute of Health letting people all over the country know that people within that curriculum will no longer get NIH funding, and she just got in under the wire. And I apologize to her and her sister, who is finishing up her PhD this spring, for the society that they're being integrated into, which is neo-Jim Crow. Because those same people, that same man at the NIH, those same people in the Trump administration, Trump himself, in the 60s, when they were young people, they were all flower, power, peace, and love because they didn't want to go to Vietnam.
No.
And they're all about let's get along and let's everybody have equal rights and let's become a nation that lives up to its original creed where
Yeah.
we're all created equal. We all have the same rights.
When
and
it
for the
suits
first
them.
time, black people had the agency to vote. For the first time, black people and Hispanic people had the ability to freely move about the country. Well, it only took about 15 years for them to start reneging on that promise with
Oh,
Reagan.
yeah.
And now here we are, those same baby boomers who couldn't wait to throw up the peace sign so they didn't have to go to Vietnam, and now the ones who are turning around and making us reminding us of what pre-war Germany looks like.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What, how did these industrious, intelligent, well-educated Germans become Nazis and support what was going on under Hitler before the war? Well, you got to remember, Hitler didn't start off with a genocide.
No.
Hitler didn't start off dropping bombs on Poland.
No.
Hitler started talking about, I'm going to make Germany great again. I'm going to start making it so that you don't have to pay all this money that that we had to pay from the terms of the World War I Treaty of Versailles. That's not fair, and it's only being done because we've got these traitor Jews in our country, and we need to change things. And you had these people jump up and down. They couldn't wait to vote for Hitler.
And you better know
Same
something.
game plan is being implemented here.
That's
and
what we're going to tell you.
And people are
It is
too
very
ignorant to know
same
the
words.
history and see it.
Very same words he's using.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Same thing.
It's nothing new. But the people don't know it. And when you tell them that, oh, no. Trump is this. Trump. The man is an idiot.
He's an idiot, but
He's feral.
right now,
He's got the instincts of a wild animal. The kind that, like a hyena, the kind
And
that
everything
won't
for him is
confront you,
off
but he'll sneak
instinct.
up and behind you and take.
Yeah.
Yeah, he runs off instinct,
yeah,
not knowledge.
yeah, and
Wait a second. I just said not knowledge. Could you see now why he wants to close education?
well,
Because if you get educated,
then you know
you're not
know.
going to stick with him anymore.
Right.
He can't control you like he's doing now.
Well, the thing is that million of people out here that's already stupid, and to me, it's like it was back in the 50s, 50s and early 60s, when I start paying attention to some things, But this is what these people were doing back then, and this is what's happening now. A lot of these people, man, are bringing their kids up the same way. They are stupid and everything, and not all of them.
I think you should make a distinction between ignorance and stupidity. Ignorance can be fixed through information, through education.
Yeah.
Stupidity is permanent. And I don't think a lot of these people are stupid, but I think a lot of them are ignorant. And I think they're willfully ignorant. I think a lot of them, it's like that the Chris Rock used to have a joke about, the gangster brothers that reveled in ignorance. And he say, oh, you got a PhD. Oh, you Mr. Smarty-Arty. Oh, you Mr. Smarty-Arty. Well, let me ask you this. Can you kick my ass? And it's a joke. But it's glorifying ignorance. It's like, I'd rather be ignorant than go around and be pencil neck with a PhD. And you see the same thing in the culture now. You can listen to the music. I don't care if it's popular among the working class whites, where they glorify alcoholism and a good time. They don't talk about topical issues anymore.
No.
And then you look at the music that's being played on the radio in the black community, and it's toxic and it's ignorant, and it's talking about the most pornographic and violent images that you could possibly conjure up in your mind. It's popular music to the people. And then you compare that to what we used to listen to as children, where it was about loving your woman and being kind to your brother, and let's change things for the better. It's not a coincidence, man. It's not a coincidence. The oligarchs are poisoning the food. They're poisoning the water.
Yep.
They've got people thinking that it's admirable to walk around with an empty head and only know what Fox News pours into your head without any critical thinking or evaluation necessary. It's just, here's what it is, and believe it, and they go with it.
Yeah.
So
I don't
it's
like
no
the
surprise that
same
you see
Fox
those
News.
people say that, yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. I asked this woman one time, she asked me, why do you criticize Trump so much? Why do you criticize Trump so much? And I said, do me a favor. Please, let me understand where you're coming from. Explain to me what the appeal is of Trump for you. Because from where I'm sitting, you're a fan, but you're not a constituent.
Right.
Because I look at what he proposes. I look at the bills they pass, and I don't see anything that has anything to do with you or your life other than to take away what you're struggling to hold on to.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me, please? I was frustrated. Explain to me why I should be like you. What am I missing? Crickets. Because they're fans.
Yeah.
It's a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they're going to own the libs. And now those same fools who own the libs are the same ones who can't get workers to show up, and their crops are rotting in the field, and their cows are going unmilked, and they don't have a market for the soybeans anymore, and they're crying about going bankrupt. Well, you ask for it.
Yeah.
Because you're too busy being a fan and being a constituent and doing an evaluation of what's best for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's hard, on the one hand, it's hard to feel sorry for them. But on the other hand, as they go down, we're all dragged down. So, it's like, I got to save this fool from drowning so we don't.
So that we
drown.
would stay alive.
Well, I feel for him, but if we got him, if we going down, I just like for them to see them going down too.
Oh, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do that.
They're gonna go.
You had the Secretary of the Treasury being interviewed on Fox News. This dude's a billionaire.
Yes.
He's got all the qualifications of this Yeti here. But he said as example, well, if my mother-in-law was to miss her Social Security payment, she wouldn't complain. She'd just wait till next month.
She wouldn't even miss it.
She wouldn't miss it, right. And that's evidence of the fact that she's not a crook. So the ones who complain and say that they want their money, where's my check, they're the ones who are crooks, and they're the ones we're going after. And, of course, Cecil and Mary Sue, in southern Illinois somewhere, are looking at their retirement budget and saying, if we don't have our Social Security check, we couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And now they're starting to realize that the shell game has made a sucker of them, and they're in big trouble. But you have these people out here, man, who at the time it was time to make a decision and pull a lever on that ballot. They wanted to punish those that they didn't like and didn't look like them more than they even evaluated the economic impact of what was going to happen to them. They said, you're talking on that Project 2025. I'm not going to read that. It's a lie. Yeah. Now they're studying it.
Yeah.
It's a lie, and it was from them.
Yeah, and now they're studying it because they want to know what's going to come next, which is a good idea, but it's a little bit late.
Oh yeah,
it's a little bit late.
You done put him in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And the thing it is that most of the people I heard, talking before they voting, well, he's gonna bring jobs. He's gonna bring jobs.
That's what he told them.
Yeah, I ain't heard.
He hasn't brought any yet.
Yeah.
By the way, did you go and buy your chickens so you could have eggs? And where are you going to get the money to buy the chickens? You have to have a place to keep them. Where are you going to get the money for that? What about the food for the chicken? All the dumb stuff they're coming out with.
Yeah.
They can't even tell a simple truth to save their lives.
And the price of eggs keeps climbing.
Yeah.
Climbing.
Yeah.
The price of groceries keeps climbing.
Yes.
And not only, see, the problem that we had before was we had worldwide inflation caused by the supply chain being clogged up and choked during the COVID pandemic. And the United States, because it took affirmative action right after Biden became president, was one of the countries that started to see its rate of inflation decrease almost to a normal rate.
Yep.
It was down less than 3%. I think it was like 2.5%, which is about the sweet spot where you want it, because you have to have some inflation for you to have a healthy economy. The Wall Street Journal said the United States economy is the envy of the world. The Economist, a right-wing publication, said that the United States economy is the Goldilocks economy. Just right.
Yeah.
You had people who still were talking about the price of eggs and the price of rent because those two things are impacted by not only the supply chain, but you also have a lot of hedge funds buying up property and artificially raising the price of rent.
Yep.
When the Biden administration tried to do something about that, they couldn't get the Republicans to vote. The bill failed.
Yeah.
We had a bipartisan bill that was designed to fix the border problem. Trump said don't fix it, so they didn't vote for it,
I
so they
want
could
to
run
use
on
that
it.
for the
And by the
campaign.
way, Biden sent more people back, deported more people than Trump has.
Yeah.
He just did it in a way that was targeted for those who deserve deportation rather than taking somebody away who's the sole breadwinner, who's here legally.
Yeah.
You know, you've had cases where we've had a soccer coach here on a temporary protected status who had a tattoo of his favorite soccer team in Spain, Real Madrid, and they said, "Oh, that's a gang sign," and they deported him.
Yeah.
You had a young man who was gay, who had a tattoo on his arm that they said that's a gang sign. This guy's here legally.
Yeah.
And deported him, sent him to El Salvador, and you see case after case after case of this. It's not going to really impact these people until their children start getting deported. Because if they can do that to them, they're here legally.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're doing it to people with green cards now.
Yes.
Yeah.
When are they going to start coming after you?
Yeah.
When are they going to start coming after you?
Yeah.
Your citizenship
You know,
doesn't matter.
your 14th Amendment status, we don't agree with the way the 14th Amendment is interpreted.
Did you hear the border czar? As far as he's concerned, I don't care what the judge says.
Yeah.
We're coming.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care about your status.
He doesn't care what the judge says.
No.
He doesn't care anything.
No.
I'm
when
coming.
and you see this, you've seen this 2 times previously in history. Abraham Lincoln did it during the Civil War because he saw the saving of the nation as priority, as opposed to granting people their rights under it's an old English right where you have to present the body, you have to have the right to a trial. The terminology come to me, and I apologize for not knowing it right now. But the one before that was Andrew Jackson, who told the Supreme Court when they told him he couldn't take these Native Americans out of the South and put them on the Trail of Tears and force them out of the South to the West, to Oklahoma, Texas, etc. He said, okay, I'll stop as soon as you send me your army.
Yeah.
In other words, you ain't going to do a damn thing about it. I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So now here comes Trump.
Yeah.
And Trump's saying the same thing. I'll do it because I want to do it.
Yeah.
You're telling me that I can't act in a certain way that's unconstitutional? Well, make me stop.
Yeah.
And that's where your border czar comes in. He's like, yeah, we're going to do it because we want to do it.
I bet you, if they do what they should have done long ago, lock his butt up.
Well, that's not going to happen.
No, because it is a stupid thing. Oh, you can't do a sitting president. Look, the man has 34 felony convictions. If you had one, depending on where you live, you couldn't vote. But he is the president.
Well, right now, man, they're working on things right now in some of these states where when it's time to vote for the next president, hey, it's going to be a lot of changes, because
They're getting rid of everything so that you wouldn't have anything. Even we just go back quickly, the Social Security. They're coming out with something now. You're going to have to go in person. You can't call it in now. And they're lessening the numbers of offices, the number of workers, which means hard as it is now, it's going to be so many times harder.
Yeah.
And what happened to the little poor old ladies and poor old guys who can't even walk?
Yeah.
How are they going to get... when they could have gone there, now they have to go over there. How are they going to make it?
Online when they could have made a phone call. Yeah. It's
Don't let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, you're too arrogant. If you don't change your ways, I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God.